As promised, we're back with WrestleMania 43 talks. Um, Masa was giving a little bit of his idea of what's happening. Look, little bit recap. Yep. Look, taking back or picking up on what we were saying at the end of the last section. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it was a good way to sell out Vegas. People's definitely gonna go there. You're saying you were like already listening people that there's some of the places already accommodations getting like really limited now. Really smart way to go about it. Yes, but WrestleMania 43. Why is it happening in WrestleMania 43? Why is it happening in Saudi Arabia? Which it would have happened during COVID. We said it. We talked about it. There was a really big chance during COVID. The WrestleMania almost happened in that was the one in the Bay. What the one? What
Tampa
was it?
Bay.
Tampa Bay. Um, the Tampa. That one almost happened in Saudi Arabia. We're like so close to happen, and
Mm-hmm.
we're like, shit. Hopefully, it never happens. Fuck. Here we go. Few years later, we're having the first WrestleMania outside US, and it's gonna be Saudi Arabia now.
Outside North America. Outside North America. There was a WrestleMania in Toronto.
Oh yeah, true. Sorry, outside North America.
WrestleMania 18.
Yes, you're right. My bad. Outside North America, it's still some shit. But yeah, outside North
Don't sound
America,
like Canadian, that.
it's like saying to an Argentinian, said Uruguayan or Uruguayan is an Argentinian.
Oh.
Or Chileno
Oh.
Peruano, like the same thing. Yeah, we all have it. We all have it somehow. So we all got that's the ones like, yeah, no, 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 no.
Mm.
Don't get there. Don't get there. But how do we get this? Well, how do we get there? Who the fuck made all this happen? Where's a guy? We saw him all in a 1 week. We saw him in three different places. He was the one that made the Canelo Crawford match and so many others. And then we saw him with Triple H talking about the WrestleMania. And a day later, we saw him with Tom Brady talking about the first flag football World Cup, which is gonna have Tom Brady. What a way to cheat that shit! Because how the fuck you gonna have Tom Brady there in a flag football? That's just not fair at all. Um, but who is this guy? It's Turkey Abdulmohsen Al Ashik. Probably I said it wrong. Sorry, mate. No intention. Why is this guy the one? Well, this guy has a bachelor of security in science, and he's an advisor to the Saudi Royal Court with a rank as minister. So he held a few roles inside, the Saudi Arabia as a minister of interior of the Emirate of Riyadh, an office related to defense minister and crown prince. 2015, he was appointed minister of the Royal Court. 2017, he became the royal advisor. And then in 2018, he became the General Entertainment Authority in GIA. This guy has taken Saudi Arabia and making it the capital of sports, no matter what kind of sports it is. We're talking about esports, we're talking about motorsports, entertainment sport, football, NBA, NFL, just was talking about what he has achieved in a timeline. Check this out. The first thing he brings is the World Chess events. Pretty simple, nothing major. Just taste the waters. He becomes the general sport authority, and he becomes bringing the new reforms, which one of them actually is how women became were able to attend sports and stuff like that in South area. Then he brings the boxing, the WBSS final, the Super Coppa Italia, in the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble with the General Entertainment, and becomes General Entertainment Authority. Then he does the Joshua and Reese number 2 in Saudi Arabia. Massive match. It's starting to get a bit higher now. Spanish slash Italy Super Cup in KSA. And he bought the Almeria in Spain. Let's jump to 2020. Keeps going up. This kid keeps getting better and better. All the money. He does the Games Without Borders. Games. People play video games. Games Without Borders. He brings back the Dakar Rally to Saudi Arabia. The Dakar left Saudi Arabia because it was really dangerous. It was the Dakar Desert. he went different places. He was done in South America for a long time. We got a point. It's Chile, Argentina, Bolivia. I think he passed it for a while, and he brings it back. Massive. One of the most important, what's it called, motorsport, like outdoor
Oh, really?
motorsports
Yeah,
rally
absolutely.
happening. Man, Chile has one of the greatest champions of all time there. But yeah, you know, brings it back. Massive thing to do. The Saudi Cup horse racing is happening as well. Then he brings the Extreme E in here and the Formula One Saudi Arabia GP. Formula One brings the Formula. We're starting to bring the big dogs now. Jumping to 2022, he brings he does a partnership with the NBA, and we got the Bucks and the Hawks happening. Then we got the Games 8 eSport Convention. They got the Savvy Games as well group gets created. Then the FIBA 3x3 basketball championships are happening in Saudi Arabia. We got the Spanish Super Cup happening in Saudi Arabia as well. Then we got the Fury and Ngannou match, which everyone almost Ngannou took that match. Fucking amazing match, that one. Then we got the Riyadh Season Mega Boxing Cut. All right. 2024, we got the Joshua Wilder fights. And we got the undisputed for the heavyweight title of the world, Fury versus Usyk. When Usyk takes the title and becomes the undisputed and one of the, if not the pound for pound, at the moment probably it's a big discussion for that, but undisputed champion, heavyweight champion of the world. And then we get to 2025 when we got one of the biggest match in boxing history. Two guys that have put the names as the legends. One has become the greatest Mexican boxer of all times, hands down. You can't tell me otherwise. Canelo Alvarez against a guy that is come from nothing, became champion of two divisions, jumped two divisions to go against Canelo and becomes the undisputed champion against one of, if not one of the best, like boxers of all times. And Crawford has become the undisputed champion in three different weight divisions, man. You know how difficult that is? And he made
Hmm.
Canelo look bad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I was so disappointed in Canelo, man. But
We're not
Canelo,
talking about boxing.
I wanted to put my 2 cents in there. And then on the same week, we got Tom Brady announcing the flag football. And then he announced that Tom Brady is going to be at the flag football classic in Riyadh. And just a little bit after that, we get the announcement of WrestleMania 43 happening in Riyadh, man. If you see the timeline, it's unbelievable what this, what's called, I just forgot his name for 2 seconds. Let me go back to his name. What was his name? Fuck, lost him. Turkey have been able to do in Saudi Arabia. The money is there. The Saudis are realizing that sports is what is going to bring people in. They're opening the country to everyone to come and visit, which is something crazy in a country that's Muslim, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's a Muslim country,
Oh, yeah.
Saudi Arabia. So just to people understand a little bit more, how do we get to have WrestleMania 43 out there? If you look at the timeline, it's a build up. The Saudi Arabia has been doing, testing the waters with big names, big sporting events, and this is nothing because what they got in the pipeline coming up, WrestleMania is just the tip of the iceberg of one of the biggest match. We're talking about a Super Bowl could happen in Saudi Arabia, World Cup happen in Saudi Arabia, and if not, they're looking into have regular NFL games
Mm.
and NBA games in Saudi Arabia. We're talking about part of the season. It would not be playing in the United States. It would be playing in Saudi Arabia. How fucking nuts that is. We're talking about a country is making the wall, which is a freaking the line. Sorry, is a line of a city that is just not bigger than a kilometer, and it's a line. They're creating that, and they want everything to be in there. So, look, it's money getting poured left, right, and center from the Saudis. Turkey is doing just a crazy great work to involve everyone in this. I don't care how much he's getting booed. If you don't understand how smart this guy is and what he's doing, you are an idiot. Sorry. But yeah, dude, it's just I wanted to say a little bit so people understand why do we get to WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia, because this is absolutely nuts. And on WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia, what are your thoughts on that?
First of all, thank you for that history lesson.
Oh, sorry, you're welcome.
It was very informative,
Thank you.
but I think you're intellectualizing it a bit too much. There's actually 250 million reasons why WrestleMania 43 is in Saudi Arabia. And each of
Probably.
those 250 millions has got a dollar sign in front of it.
That's what I said. The build up and the money
Plain and
pouring into it.
simple. That is the only reason. That's the only reason it's going to. And you know what? I don't have a problem with that because every city bids for WrestleMania. WrestleMania this year was supposed to be in New Orleans,
Mm.
and Vegas outbid them, so they changed it. We're talking about a WrestleMania in 2027. They never announced a WrestleMania 2 years before that. So I think a lot can happen between now and then. Okay. I don't think it's a lock in that it's going to be there. I
Ooh,
think it
I
will
think
be
it
there.
is.
I think it will. Yeah, but so was New Orleans.
No,
They
but South
announced it. They
Arabia is a
had the logo,
completely
everything.
different thing. Like because
Yeah.
you
But
remember the deals they do with them, it
yeah, I
is not
know.
like
I
a
know.
backup on it.
I'm just saying what I think. And do I have a problem with it being in Saudi Arabia? No, I've got no problem with it whatsoever.
Mm,
But here's another concern, right? And I think there's an element. There is obviously the elephant in the room. Is there's an element of racism about people getting pissed off about that it's being in Saudi Arabia. I get it. All right, you can sugarcoat it all you want, but it is an element of racism,
yeah,
and because it's not in the US, because they still think wrestling's a US thing. Well, wrestling's a global thing now.
it's always
It
been
started
just
in the
now it's a bit
US,
more.
and it's a global thing, mate. It's all over. It's everywhere. It's huge everywhere. So I don't have a problem with it. Am I going to go? Probably not, because it's going to. I mean, if the prices keep going up, it's going to be totally out of my reach. Like I paid stupid. I'm not going to pay
But you know
ridiculous.
what? That a little bit of thing of that. I think that's the opposite. I think because of the money that Saudi Arabia is pouring into it, it might be the opposite thing. It
No,
might
no
actually
way.
drop the money
No
for
way,
them.
because they'll still feel it. Wherever it's going to be, they'll still feel it because
Eh,
wrestling's big in Saudi as well, as we see from the
yeah,
shows. Um, the crowds aren't going to be as wild. The women are going to wear those bodysuits that are very difficult to wrestle in, from what I understand. They sweat like profusely in that intense heat.
yeah.
So there will be some different things, but is it going to be a massive show? Absolutely. Is it going to be a hell of a WrestleMania? Absolutely. Is it going to be one of the best WrestleManias in history? Absolutely. Because they pump all that money in, and they will pump more money in because they've got it. So, and the show's going to be fantastic. They don't put on a bad show. But here's another
No.
problem, right?
Yep.
WrestleMania is in April, usually mid-April, right? Riyadh season generally goes, and I just looked it up now, generally goes from October to March. So they're going to have to move WrestleMania to March, I'd say.
Not if it's indoors.
No, they're saying it's part of Riyadh season. Riyadh season goes from October to March.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, true, true. You're right.
So they're going to have to move that, which isn't a problem. But I don't have a problem with it. It is what it is. It's a business. And TKO paid $9 billion for WWE. They
Mm,
want that money back. That's why the prices go up. That's why everything's going up. And that's why they sold it to Saudi Arabia. And apparently they paid 100 million for the Royal Rumble this year. Sorry, next year.
yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is. That's the state of play. Like you said, what you just said before about all the events that have gone to Saudi Arabia. The president of Formula One is from Saudi Arabia. So,
Yeah, money. It's just money. That's why I said the
money
build
talks.
up to it.
Money talks. It's the sport is a business.
That's what I'm saying. That's
That's
what
plain and
Saudi
simple.
that's what Saudi Arabia is banking on a lot. That's why I said the amount of money is being poured on it.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
why that's why I wanted to give a little bit like that timeline to
Mm.
understand the money that we studied is because it started slow, it started little, and then starting to put more money, more money, more money because you can steal the amount of names
Mm.
and games to try. And that's what I said. Now they want to put more money into NFL, have a regular games in Saudi Arabia, NBA have regular games in there, and probably we're gonna have all the sporting events going there. Probably
Mm.
a World Cup at some point, football World Cup, you
Well,
know,
Qatar had one. Qatar had the World
the
Cup.
NFL
So,
World Cup will happen at some point, and it will happen in Saudi Arabia. That's for sure. I'm telling you right now. The
Yeah.
NFL World Cup it's been worked out for some time, and it's gonna happen.
But yeah, I wonder
NFL,
who's going to win that.
Australia,
NFL,
or
nah, forget
Mexico.
about it.
Australia,
Huh?
Mexico. Australia, Mexico. The flag.
NFL,
Australia, oh,
NFL.
the flag. They lost the flag football, man. United States lost the flag football championship.
Yeah, but
You
this
know
is
that?
you're talking about NFL,
I
not
know we're
flag
talking about
football.
we're talking about someone the people that was built like lived and was born and
If
grew
they
up
have
with
an if they
NFL.
have an NFL if they have an NFL World Cup, the only country that's going to win that NFL World Cup is the only country that the NFL is legitimately played in as a professional sport, and that
We
is the
said,
USA.
hey, we said the same about the basketball, and it didn't happen.
Different story. Basketball's a global
Oh,
game.
yeah, I know, but
They've been playing
we're talking
basketball.
about NFL later on. This is not gonna happen anytime soon. They've been
Nah,
talking
nah,
about it. They've
nah,
been talking it for a while.
nah. I'm
You
not
don't
saying you're
know.
wrong, but you're absolutely wrong.
Yeah, we don't know. Look, I always like to
No, I
leave
do
stuff
know
to.
you're wrong.
Yeah,
But
okay.
let's move on.
This one-
Renzo, where's Renzo? Where's Renzo? Anyway,
It's a chicken
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
It's a chicken shit.
yeah.
He doesn't want to share. He doesn't want to wake up at this time.
He
That
doesn't
was
want to.
excuse.
Oh, it's what you guys record when I'm sleeping.
That was excuse. Bush
Yeah,
excuse.
that was his
It's a
excuse.
bullshit excuse.
But look,
Yeah.
let's move on. Let's
Let's
move
move
on
on.
to the man of the moment,
Ah, Dirty Dom.
the greatest Mysterio. I know I've got his dad tattooed on my arm,
Hey,
but
it's
he
true.
is Mysterio. At the moment, Dirty Dom, Triple A champion,
And we call it as
Intercontinental
well.
champion.
We call it.
Hmm?
We called it.
Yeah,
It was
and
gonna happen.
now he's in a storyline with Rusev. I think that's only temporary. And
Yes.
here it is. Here's my fantasy booking.
Ah, here we go. Let's hear it.
This is what I think is going to happen with Dirty Dom. Okay.
Yep.
So when he won the AAA Mega Campeonato,
Yep.
he made his dad hand it to him. Rey Mysterio handed it to him.
Yep.
Survivor Series is in San Diego. That's their hometown. This storyline with Rusev will be a short one, but it'll be a way to connect. I don't know how they're going to do it, but you can bet your bottom dollar that it's going to be Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio at Survivor Series for the Mega Campeonato and the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep.
Okay, because Rey Mysterio never held the AAA Mega Campeonato.
No.
I'm in the middle of reading his biography at the moment, which is a fantastic read. If you can get it, it's called Behind the Mask. It was published in 2009, but it's a fantastic read. And AAA played a massive, massive part in Rey Mysterio's career. Massive part. Antonio Peña and Conan, both of them, massive, massive roles in his career. So he's never had that. So I think that's going to be at SummerSlam, Australia, in Survivor Series
Yep.
in San Diego, their hometown. I think El Grande Americano is going to be banned from ringside to help Dominic
Los
Mysterio.
Americanos.
They're going to
Los
be banned.
Americanos.
Yep, they're going to be banned at ringside. Okay. I think Rey Mysterio is getting ready to win that fight, and I think an Americano is going to run out and help Dominic win that fight. And when that's over, and people are saying, "But no, they're all banned. What are you doing? They're all banned." That Americano is going to take their mask off, and it's going to be Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan today, as you saw, posted a photo on her
Yeah, she's
Instagram
starting to
story
post
of
more
the two
often now.
title
Yep.
belts and of In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger is Dirty Dom's favorite food. In-N-Out Burger is a California thing. There's a couple. There's some in Nevada as well, but it's primarily a California thing. It's massive in San Diego as well, which is in California, obviously. So that's my booking. I think Liv's coming back. I think Dom is. There's already some division in Judgment Day with Dom.
Yeah.
I think Liv's going to come back. Dom's a face. Dom is the face. Let's face it. Dom's the face. No pun intended. Let's face it. Dom's the face. Liv Morgan is going to come back as a face, and it's going to be her and him together again, and it's going to be against the Judgment Day eventually down the track.
He's a
But
heel. What are you talking about face? He's a heel.
Dom's a face. Come on.
He's doing heel stuff, so he's not a
Yeah, but
face.
who's booing him? No
No,
one.
because we passed the blurry line when people is actually backing him up.
He's a face. He's a face. Same thing as when Stone Cold Stone Hill. People were like, yeah, no, we love him anyway.
Yeah, but still like heel. He still does heel stuff. That's what I'm saying. He's a heelish
Anyway, that's my
face.
booking. That's my booking.
I like your booking. I don't mind it. I like the booking. One issue I got with that is just Rey Mysterio is gonna be ready.
He'll be ready.
Rey Mysterio is having big problems getting ready at the moment.
But then why would they introduce him back to the storyline by handing him the campeonato?
Oh, he's been involved in that for a while now. He's been involved
He'll
because
be
he's been
ready.
but look, that's a hope. That's a hope he's gonna be ready because Survivor Series. When is the Survivor Series?
It's in November.
November. Yeah, we got some time. Liv
Mm.
Morgan, they said end of the year, beginning of next year, we're gonna be ready. But I think she's already ready
He's ready.
a while ago. She's just been they're just waiting for the right time to come back.
Mm.
Um, that'll be nice. That'll be pretty good. But so you don't reckon Rey Mysterio will win the Triple A title at any point?
No, no.
Okay. Yeah. Look, I haven't even think about that storyline or where it could go. So I like the story. I like it. It makes a lot of sense. And yeah, when Liv Morgan starting to push it up, I'm like, yeah, she's gonna get involved at some point or somewhere.
Because quite clearly, Los Americanos are the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile. Like, that's clear as day.
Yeah, we hope so. I don't know. We will
Yeah.
never know. We will never know who the Americanos are. They will ever take the mask off El
Well,
Grande Americano?
I think we know that Chad Gable's never going to be a Grande Americano again
That
because
sucks,
Kaiser,
bro.
Ludwig Kaiser's done a fantastic job of it.
That's a better job than him.
Yeah, yeah. Because he
Um,
actually speaks Spanish.
yeah, I
So,
know. I
yeah.
think at one point we're gonna have Chad Gable against him and just
Well,
unmask the Gran Americano and then say I was
wouldn't
the
be
Gran
surprised.
Americano.
Yeah.
I was the
Yeah,
Gran
wouldn't be
Americano all
surprised.
this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
that's
Or
that's
he'll
what we're
come back and
gonna.
say, he'll come back, I told you it wasn't me. I told you it wasn't me, but you didn't believe me. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think you because the Grand American is taking too much the spotlight that he was meant to
Mm.
get. So I think
Yeah.
I think that's why we're gonna have Chad Gable against the Grand
Mm.
Americano with an unmask of the Grand Americano,
Maybe.
and then Chad Gable saying I was the Grand Americano this time and push it. But yeah, look, I like the idea. I like that. And Dominic Mysterio, man, Triple A champion. Look, it just sucks with Vikingo. If you haven't heard the story, why people was booing Vikingo, it's a few great documentaries in YouTube to have a look at it. Um, because we still got Alberto Del Rio in AAA. He's still been wrestling some events. So, look, I
Yeah.
think WWE is looking really hard into this because, yeah, they gave the title to Dominic just to get Vikingo out of people's, hatred because he's been
Mm.
hate in Mexico.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
even hating the United States. We're talking about he's being hate in Mexico the way things went down with Del Rio.
Yeah.
And that's the way Viking was getting booed so much, and that's why Dominic Mysterio was getting cheer up so much. I think if that wouldn't happen, I don't think people would cheer up Dominic Mysterio that much. I
Mm.
think it circumstantially got to the point that we are at the moment, which it was inevitable, and it was the greatest decision to give Dominic Mysterio the AAA title. He needed to have it. And
Yeah.
now we got Penta as well getting involved in this because he just already spoke to Dominic Mysterio and he's getting involved with Dominic Mysterio. He already spoke to him. He wants the title back. We remember Penta had that title before, so he's going after Dominic Mysterio, which is really good. So he's gonna get involved at some point. I know San Diego, November, we got Survivor Series, but on the way we got Penta and Dominic Mysterio. And can Penta lose again against Dominic Mysterio? Well, we got the Americanos getting involved. Maybe that'll be a way to get that happening. But we don't know. Look, at the end of the day, um, I think it was a great decision to give a title to
Yeah.
Dominic, and we called
Absolutely.
it. It had to happen. There was no other
Mm.
way, because otherwise Triple A was gonna keep going down with people hating Big King of Mexico. At least with Dom now, people is just fucking stoked to see Dom champion.
Mm.
The title's been shown in WWE events, in WWE regular TV. So it's a really, really good idea, man. What are your thoughts on the Judgment Day? What's gonna happen in the Judgment Day?
It's kind of fizzling out a bit, isn't it?
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. I think they're gonna they're gonna turn on Dom. They're already turning on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where they're going. I mean, Roxanne fits in well. So I think it's going to end up like I said, it'll eventually be down the track a feud between Dirty Dom and Liv against the Judgment Day. But the Judgment Day is just going to fizzle out. I think it's going to end
Yeah.
up breaking up.
Well, that was Finn Balor's idea, and Lee
Mm.
Morgan, like that was like his idea from the beginning. So I don't know where he's taking it so far because we still look, we still got Finn Balor at some point once he's gonna go against Dominic Mysterio. Might cost him a match, which he will be because in
Mm.
the last time we got Dominic Mysterio, we got on Raw. He made a match for what's called between Rusev and McDonald.
JD.
Yeah. So and he didn't help him when he was getting
No,
choked out.
no, that's right.
And then
Yeah.
Finn Balor came and helped. So we're
Mm.
getting to the point that maybe Finn Balor wanted retribution and just cost Dirty Dom a match. Why not the one inside Diego? That'll be nice too. When you got Liv Morgan coming in, trying to cost the match to Rey Mysterio, but then got Finn Balor getting him in the back and doing the double down and fucking up Dominic Mysterio and giving the win to Rey Mysterio. Not because he wants to, he just he hates fucking Dom too
No,
much.
that'll be too much. If Liv's coming back, then that'll take away the focus from her.
I mean, take away the focus from her. At the moment, she needs to go for the titles. She doesn't need to be with Dom. That's not when she left. She left as a champion.
No, no, that is her and Dom getting back together is going to be huge.
Yeah, could be as well. Fair enough. I don't know. So many things can happen because there is
Hmm.
fizzle out that judgment there a little bit, but at the same time, we still got stuff happening in the background. We still got to see what's happening when Liv Morgan comes in because they lost the title that she had. She never lost those titles. She's gonna have something with Raquel Rodriguez, so it's a lot of shit can happen with the judgment at the moment. So I don't know. It's pretty good, but we don't know
Yeah,
what's happening anyways.
yeah.
So crazy stuff. And with that, we get to the end of this episode. Anything else you want to talk about, man, before we go?
No, I've said enough. I've said
Fair
enough,
enough.
mate. But
Fair enough.
one thing. Once, about 2 weeks ago on SmackDown or Raw, I can't remember what
Yeah.
it was. Sami Zayn was cutting a promo. Shinsuke Nakamura was in the background, just looking on,
Yes.
and we haven't heard anything since.
Oh, Nakamura is always in the background, so we don't know
Mm,
what's gonna happen. Maybe we'll come in at some point, get that title, but we already had that. We already had
mm,
Nakamura coming in and getting that title, and then
yeah.
losing it 2 seconds later.
Yeah, but we
So,
can talk about that next week. We can talk about Sami Zayn next week. We can also, it'll be remiss of us if we don't talk about Andrade leaving WWE and
ooh,
the
yeah, that was big.
ramifications that can have for other wrestlers, including Dragon Lee and Ray Phoenix. But we can talk about that next week.
Yep, we definitely gonna talk about it. So with this, we get to end of this episode of Lucha HSP. We had like 2 parts for the first time in fucking months. That we had 2 parts. A lot to talk about it. Um, my name is Rod. This was the voice of Violence Mars. We'll see you next week in the next episode. Goodbye.